Hello. It has been too long since I've talked to you. And actually, the reason it has been taking so long is actually related to what I'm talking about today. So, anyway, my hair's a mess. Please deal with me. I haven't bought a new camera yet. I haven't done any of the things I said I was going to do. Once again, kind of related to what we're talking about today. So today, talk about something I am educated, certified, and qualified to talk about. If you can't get sarcasm there, that's all your fault. Depression and masculinity, and how the two, I believe, are connected. So I've not been educated in psychology at all. I've read, I'm relatively well read, but I didn't go to school for it or anything. So take everything I say with a, pinch of salt and whatnot. But what makes me think I do have some kind of qualification for it is because I've suffered. And the thing about it is, there's people out there who have absolutely debilitating depression and shit, and that word gets thrown around a lot. And I believe it's actually being overused to describe situations that aren't actual depression. It actually took me a long, long time to admit to myself that was what was on me. I just thought I was a moody person. But anyway, pretty much my whole life. I have distinct memories of me being a child and having just panic attack, anxiety attacks, depression. Just depression. I was an 8-year-old kid. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I remember it. Staying up at night, just dreading the next day, dreading dealing with people, dreading getting out of bed at 8 years old. That's it. Anyway, so the problem is for me anyway, when I got older, that just sadness, depression, turned into anger, just anger. Fuck my parents, they made me this way. Fuck the world, fuck you. Man, just angry. Wanted to watch the world burn, Then I kind of got over it. I got into martial arts, and that helped a lot, immensely. It's probably saved my life. And then this weird cycle thing happened. Then it circled around back to it. I had some shit going on in my life, and I wasn't doing good at school. The depression came back real hard, and it was just miserable. Just first couple years of high school were just fucking miserable. Just the same thing. Just dreading. Just depression. Never thinking I was good enough, never thinking I was going to do anything right, never thinking I never had a chance of making any friends, so I try, just horrible shit. Then I started fighting. Not street fighting or whatever, but, cage fighting, kickboxing and shit. And that did leaps and bounds better for me than any whatever I was doing before. Yeah. But it was still there. As I got older, it was always, no matter what I did, it always came back. No matter how healthy I got, no matter how sober I got, no matter how drunk I got, no matter whatever, it was always a thing. It was like, okay, I'm good. Let's see how long I'm good for now, and then it would come back. But I was so young and stupid, I had no point of reference for it. I just thought it was something wrong, with the world, not me. Not me. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was in shape. I was doing great. Everything was fine. It can't be my fault. No, fuck the world. It's my girlfriend's fault. It's my mom's fault. It's everyone else's fault. Not my fault. Nah, fuck that. And I proceeded to just, become a drug addict and twist off and wanted to burn the whole world down because I was angry. It took me a long time to figure out that it was something wrong with me. And here I am now, 5 years clean off methamphetamines and all the drugs I was on. And people think that, oh man, you can't be a man about it. Man. That's pretty bullshit, right? I pride myself in being testosterone filled and being masculine, and I pride my entire brand on being masculine and everything else. So let's talk about how masculinity and depression get together. Okay, can you be masculine and have depression? Of course you can. That's a stupid ass question. That's a retarded question. In fact, there's an old I mean, there's an old Norse saying that it basically comes down to wise men seldom smile, because and there's a lot of wisdom behind that, because and intelligent people tend to be more depressed than and because there's a level to it that I think it goes on both ends. I think people with depression have the more inclination to get smart, because they have this in their head, like, well, why do I, there's this drive of, okay, I have to work harder, I have to do this, I have to do this to compensate for my shitty feeling. And then there's some of that. Also, there's the other end of that where you're educated, and then you get to a certain level of awareness, and then you're just kind of like, oh, fuck this. And it's a natural thing. We talked about last time with nihilism and everything else. At least I think I posted that. Anyway, so intelligence. Anyway, so masculinity. So to say that be a man, get over it. No. Now there is, but like, and this kind of goes back to my original point of, I think that the word depression, the term depression, gets tossed around too much, and I think it does. I think we're not designed to be happy all the time. We're designed to have a roller coaster, right? Actually, my father-in-law explained it to me really good one time. Some people have all the way from 1 to 10, and some people have all the way from 1 to 10. And all day long they're going, different shit's affecting them differently. Well, some of us, through life experience and other shit, we don't have 1 through 10. We have 1, and then jumps to 5, and then jumps to 10, right? Because of whatever, like we might have 1 to 3, somewhere in there. That's where we live. Nothing really shakes us too bad. Nothing. We're just kind of hanging out there. And then, whang, slams to 5. And then if it goes past 5, whang, straight to 10. And that, and that goes for like sadness, anger, happiness. And I will admit that's actually a pretty astute way for how I feel about things, because I pretty much just occupy down here. And then once you get me either angry or sad or excited, I jump. It's a huge. There's no gradual. And I don't know what that means, but he was right though. So it's okay to be sad or angry about shit. It doesn't make you depressed or manic or whatever. That just means you're a functioning human being. Good for you. Good job. Anyway, let me skip to the point. I'm 8 minutes in here, and I barely fucking said anything. So depression. How do you get over it? Well, the thing is, and this took me once I understood this concept, it helped me tremendously. And I mean tremendously. And it was a pretty recent discovery in the last couple of years. Is that you're not trying to get rid of the pain. I mean, it helps. It's the natural inclination. It's the natural want to do. That's what we drink and smoke and everything. It's the thing, body's natural reaction to go, that shit hurts. Let's fix that and not do it again. The problem is, with depression, anxiety, paranoia, these things, especially if it's a chemical imbalance and not just a, learned behavior, is that the pain's going to be there. I mean, once the arm is broke, the arm is broke. There's no getting around it. It's just living with it. So that's what I had to learn how to do with my anxiety, depression, that kind of shit, is understand that it's going to happen. The shit's in there. There's nothing I can do about it. And I can feel it coming on. And there are days that it's all I can do to get out of bed, right? But there's those. You have to understand that the shit just happens, and it's gonna be there, whether you are in bed or not, whether you are happy or not, whether you're having a good day, or whether you're having you're doing something fun, whatever. When it decides to just hit, it's just gonna hit. So how do we live with it? How do we deal with it? How do we continue to be masculine? And this is going to sound a lot like I'm saying bottle it up, but I'm not saying bottle it up. Put it to the side. Let it happen. Acknowledge the fact that there's nothing, you are powerless to this tumor in your head. This negativity, toxic shit that's just there. Okay? Now, you can't do shit about it in bed. Okay? So, get your ass out of bed. That's a goal. Goal number 1, get out of bed. All right, we're standing. Do you have time to take a shower? Or did you stay in bed too long? Do we have time to take a shower? Get your ass in the shower. Not a cold ass shower. I know everyone's on these cold showers and they are very useful, but for me, hot ass shower. Right? Get yourself physically feeling good, relaxed. Like, okay, For me, Because if I'm already fighting depression and fighting the urge to get back in that bed, if I get hit with cold water, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna be like, fuck this. But no, I'm going back. No, for me. Anyway, great. Now you're naked. Put some clothes on, you weirdo. Just those tiny little goals all day, right? And eventually, you may have to do that all day. You may have to do that until this episode is over. You may have to do that for the rest of your life. Who knows? You might not. Once you get woke up and out of that shower, you may be good for the day. Who knows? But there are days for me that I do have to, like, I'm talking to the point where, like, okay, get out of the house. All right, we're out of the house. What do we have to do today? We have to go to work. All right, drive to work. Not worried about work yet. Just drive to work. Get to work without fucking driving off a bridge. Go for it. And those things, and because this, I mean, as Jocko Willink says, discipline is freedom, and there's a lot to that. And you have to have the discipline to understand that this shit's just going to be happening throughout your day. You're going to have this storm of whatever it is going on, whether it be depression, anxiety, whatever it is. That's just going to be there. There's very little you can do about it. You can medicate through. I suggest marijuana, or if you have a pharmaceutical drug that works for you, good for you. But understand that these things don't make it go away. Those things just make it so we don't know what's going on. Anyway. That didn't hit with the fuck. Anyway. But yeah. And has affected has go into masculinity. Well, to be a masculine man, you have to do things that normal people don't do. Okay, if you take on the role as I hate to use the word alpha, but alpha male, masculine man shit, hardcore motherfucker, hard nosed son of a bitch. If you want to wear that title and you want to do that, then guess what? I don't care that you're depressed. Get up and do it. You are wearing the same label as me. You're flying the same black flag I am. You're wearing the same fucking shit that I'm wearing. You're pledging allegiance to the same fucking shit that I'm pledging allegiance to. So if you're being a fucking bitch, that makes us look bad. And I'm falling victim to it. I've done it. Right? We all do it, but get over it fucking quick. Okay? Get the fuck over it. Now, when I say get the fuck over it, that does not mean bottle it down and no, put it to the side. Deal with your shit. Okay? Deal with it. And if it's not, and for some people, I mean, and depression happens to everybody. This is more or less, I'm talking about people that actually have a depressive problem, like a chemical, something wrong in the brain. And it takes a lot to admit that, especially as a man. But if you do it, and that's just my advice. That's just what helps me, is accept the fact that it's going to happen. The storm's coming. The pain's there. The hurt's there. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to happen if you lay in bed all day or if you get up and be a man all day. All right? You don't have to go to the gym and set record-breaking numbers. All right? You don't got to go to the gym and be the baddest guy there. You don't got to go to kickboxing class and be Sanchai. All right? You don't need to go to wherever and be no, just go. Just do your shit. Take care of business. Handle your shit. All right? And next day will be better. Or it won't. And then you just do it all again and you keep repeating the process till it does get better. This thing's not hitting today. And I've been doing that. I've been going through that a lot. That's why I haven't been recording or really anything. I'm in Facebook jail right now because apparently the black sun is racist. My arm's broke. Haven't been able to work out that much anyway. I got to drinking too hard, so I stopped doing that. And I got that negative shit again, and I wasn't getting out of bed. I wouldn't take care of my shit. This is me pretty much admitting it. This is me admitting where I fucked up, right? I didn't get back on drugs or anything that retarded, but I did fall into that shit. Okay? It happens. We all fuck up. And so I figure if it's happening to me, it's happening to other people. And this is my, whatever. And this is the big thing about our society. And by our, I mean our society, not theirs, is that we have a network of solid motherfuckers. We have a network of solid people. Because if I guarantee, if I hit anybody up, if I went to Colorado and I had all my friends up there, I said, "Yo, guys, I'm down as fuck. I need someone to make sure that I get out of bed, and I need someone to make sure that I'm a man that day." Guess what? I'd have motherfuckers there doing it. You know, if I go to the Bjornings, they would do it. If I went down to the Spearborn, they I don't know them that well, but they might do it. You know, or if any of y'all were in Oklahoma and you hit me up, and if I didn't even know you, but if you flew the black flag, it was like, listen, I don't know you. I know you through the network. I need some help. Hey, guess what? There'll be a cot made on my wrestling mats in here, and we'll be working out. So, it doesn't make you less of a man to be depressed. It doesn't make you less of a man to get those down times and shit. Just deal with your shit, man. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope that wasn't too sappy. Have a good one.